All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back to another JK Deal Reveal. I am coming to you live from Vacation Village at Parkway in Kissimmee, Florida. Hope you are enjoying the sun or at the very least staying warm wherever you might be in the world, wherever you choose to be in the world these days, these months, these years. So, very excited today. We have another deal that was submitted to us coming from Ohio. We've been doing a few over the last weeks from Florida, getting you ready for next week's bus tour. But today I figured we'd re-emphasize our roots, if you will. But I will say up front, for those of you who are still interested in joining our epic bus tour in Florida, it is literally a week from tomorrow. There are some last minute spots that became available. We had a few cancellations that we weren't expecting. And so there is room on the bus if you want to join in this epic bus tour and get to see some of the properties that are making over $100,000 a year, some single family homes. There's a very high chance that we get one of ours that we're going to be buying. It's looking like on Tuesday we'll be closing. It'll be part of the bus tour as well. Fingers crossed. So if it's of interest, just send us an email, get a hold of us, and at the end of our deal reveal, you get some contact information if this is the first deal reveal that you are attending. So let's get started with this night's deal reveal, which was submitted by a mystery member of the community. I actually don't know who submitted this in, but it is a property in Westlake, Ohio for $105,000. So with a little bit of negotiations, we're talking about an investment property here. This is a single family home, so I'm told, 4 bedrooms with rents over $1,000 for $105,000 pre-negotiation. So let's take a look. Is this a deal or no deal? At any point, you chime in and say, this is something that I would jump on. We are going to look at this deal quickly, lightning fast. We're going to get a good sense of what's happening, and we're going to get you involved, see if this is a deal or no deal for you. So let us begin. First thing, just with the information I told you, 105,000, rents over $1,000. Right away, you can do a quick 1% rule check. If you take your purchase price and you divide it by 100, basically you take 1% of the purchase price, it would give $1,050. So a property satisfies what we call the 1% rule if it's above $1,050 a month in rent. So the ratio between your monthly rent and your purchase price, if it's above 1%, it's said to pass the 1% rule. Now, the 1% rule applies in Canada, as some real estate investors follow that rule in Canada, and some investors in the States follow that rule. In my experience in the Midwest, you can get much better than the 1% rule. So we can get closer to the 1.5%, sometimes the 2% rule. I've seen it as high as 3%, which makes big differences on the cash flow. So in our deal reveal here, that's a super quick check that we can do. Does it satisfy the 1% rule? And as you get to learn properties and you crunch numbers, well, you'll see, well, maybe for you it's the 1.2% rule or the 1.5% rule. You'll get the hang of it that way. Shirag is saying interested in the bus tour, Florida Invest, but can't join it this time. Yes, there's tons of opportunities in Florida. We are going to be visiting some properties. I'll talk about that a little bit at the end. They will be for the people who in attendance, and our next Florida bus tour is probably only going to be a year from now. So if this is something and you want to take action, prices are skyrocketing. This property that we got under contract about a month ago has already increased by about $75,000 in the last month. It's insane what's happening right now. So it's exciting. But let's get back to our sheep. On revient nos moutons. Let's take a look at this one and see if this is a deal or no deal. So start the counter. We begin now. 705, 1% rule satisfied. Now let's go to our basics where we check, is this an area we want to invest in? So plop in that address in your search engine, followed by Trulia. Confirm the address. This is good. Trulia, we're coming here for a couple of informations. One, we get a nice picture and we get to confirm that it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, over 1,000 square foot, over 1,100 square foot. So this is a little bit bigger than what would be a standard cookie cutter. So it's nice. What else do we have here? Trulia estimates the value to be 135. They're asking 105. So this is just an opinion of value. And Trulia has a crime heat map. And so let's get a sense of what this neighborhood is all about. See, the more color, the darker the color, the more there is crime and serious crime. Now we're in a gray, which is the lowest rating. And so this is a very nice neighborhood, it seems. And even as we jump further out, we see that even the larger area is very low in crime compared to some of the inner city pockets in Cleveland. So we're in a far eastern suburb called Westlake. It's even further east than Euclid, Willowick, Wickliffe, all of that. So really far. The further you go out of the inner city, it's to be expected that there's less crime activity there. There's less population density and so forth. So I think we're all right on that side. And so next, we realize that this is a single family home, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So I want to get a sense of what this property might be worth. And so we can go to Zillow and just copy paste the address, get to Zillow. Now, Trulia said it was worth about 135. Zillow is saying about 135. So that's two opinions in the 135 range. It was last sold, right, 3 years ago for 78. So you can see that prices have been going up significantly in this market. Zillow also gives a range estimate between 122 and 148. So it's looking good from the 105 asking price. Then we can go a little bit more granular if we wanted to see what are the sold comps that the Zillow algorithm is pulling from to reach the 135. And so here's a 4.2. Oh, look at this. No, look at this. This property was sold. This home right here, sold for 135.5. This is gone. This property's gone. So that's how fast we have to move sometimes. This property, which was listed for 105, sold for 135.5. How is that even? Wow. I'm curious to see something here. So let's just go back and see here where the comps are coming from. So there was a sold for 190, a sold for 60. This is another 4.2, a wide range there. So this one was probably one that needed a big renovation. You can check into that. And here's one sold for 130, which has less bedrooms as well. So if you have a comparable home in terms of quality of product, but there's 1 bedroom less and has a lower price, well, that's a strong indication that your price is higher than it. So the 135 is holding the room. So I would maybe check out quickly some pictures on this one to see if it really is. Was this a renovation project that needed $50,000 of work, say, to get it back up to par? And then we have one here that's clearly better with a double garage and a larger property and so forth. So it makes sense that it's higher up in range. Now, since I just noticed that this home sold 135, I just want to actually confirm that information. So here's something I haven't done often in a deal reveal. I want to go with you into county records. Okay, so in the States, public information is public. And so once you locate your county records, public records, you can go in and check some information about it. So let me see if I can prompt this up here. Oh, it's not pulling up. Usually the search algorithms are pretty good. You know what? We're maybe not even in the same county, actually. So the reason I went to Cuyahoga County is because this is the county in which Cleveland is located, including its suburbs like Euclid and so forth. But Eastlake actually might be in our neighboring Lake County. So I'm very familiar with the Cuyahoga County website, but every county has their own way to search public records. So one way is you can go to Google and you can say, what county is Eastlake in? Eastlake, Ohio in. And I've got a feeling that we are going to not be in Cuyahoga, because usually the search, what county is Eastlake, Ohio in? See, Eastlake, Ohio is a city in Lake County, you see? So we'd have to find the county records for Lake County, not the one I'm familiar with. So let's do it. So if you're looking for the county websites on any county in the States, you can go to netraronline.com, click on Public Records Online, and then at the top, you'll have Public Records Online again. I wasn't expecting to take this on this call, but this is fun. You go to the state in which the property you're interested in. And now that you went on Google, you can find the county, which this one was Lake County. Thanks for a good friend, Google. Oh, Lake County, okay. And now, just like this, you are going to get the different links to the different pieces of this county website. So if you want mapping in GIS here, aerials, the treasurer, the recorder, and so forth. So this is, and one of these links is where you're going to find a place where you can type in the address of a property that you're interested in, and you're going to get some public records, like who the owner is, what's the mailing address of the owner, when did they last buy it, for how much, what type of deed was recorded, what kind of permits were pulled, all this. So this is where you can go in, click on, say, the recorders here, and you can go in and try to search, for example, here. Let's do a quick, I don't know if this is the right search that we're looking for, but since we're here, let's see if that is good enough for our search. I'm not going to spend too much time diving in, but we have here in the recorder's office, we see that there were certain documents recorded to this address over the years and so forth. So the recorder, the auditor, all these fun pieces of information that could be part of your due diligence process. All right, so all this to say, I just wanted to see if it really did sell for $135. That's why I was coming to Public Records, by the way. So I don't know if it's still for sale, but that's something. The fact that Trulia is saying the same thing as Zillow is another indication that it probably did sell. But nonetheless, let's continue our exercise here and say, when this was available, maybe it was being asked 105, and when you did your due diligence, you realized, wait, this is more worth 130. So it looks like you're buying at a discount from that point. And next would be to figure out, are we buying at a discount? So let's go back. Are we buying cash flow? Apologies. So let's go back to Willowick Drive, Eastlake, boom, which was a 4-bedroom. It was a 2-bath. And let's just take a look at what rents are for this type of a product. So we see here that the average rent is close to, and the median is close to $1,400. And let's say the apartment market for 4 bedrooms, 2 baths is close to the 1,000, 1050 range. So we see that the 1% rule is satisfied. And if we wanted to be a little bit more granular, so let's take, say, $1,350 per month, conservative. I just went a little bit below the average and the median. Might be higher, might be a little lower, but let's go there. times 12 months. Using our 50% rule, we're expecting about $8,000 a year in net operating income. And if at that point we're buying it for $105,000, we are effectively buying a 7.7 cap rate. So I took a detour of public records, but within under 10 minutes, this is what we're looking at. Very low crime. It looks like at 105, it was buying at a nice 20-25% discount. Cash flow looks like there's a little bit of cash flow with a strong 7.5-8% cap rate above the 1% rule. You have a property over 100,000 at purchase, which is a lot easier to finance than some of the $50,000-$60,000 properties in inner city Cleveland, for example. So pros and cons. From what we see here, deal or no deal for you. That's what we're looking at here. Excellent. Deal or no deal for you. Deal for Shrag, no deal for Maryse, where Rory says deal with some high fives. And fantastic. Who do we have here? Okay, I answered that one already. James in the chat. What do you think, James? Is this a deal or no deal for you? Vincent says no deal. Barbara says we don't look at the pictures. Very, very little. Lori says deal. This is a deal reveal in under 5 minutes. That's a target. We want to get a good sense of where the property is in terms of cash flow, discount at purchase, and so forth. But you're right. I did glance at the pictures really quick right here. All right. I did see that this is a room that was, just normal in the bathroom. It looks like, just from these two pictures and from what I see here, it looks like a very, very low, under $5,000 job, if any. Okay, so just me glancing there gave me about enough information to basically categorize this as a turnkey or under 5,000. So I basically disregarded it. Now you could go in here and really scroll in, really take a look with a magnifying glass. Oh, here's a little bit of siding that's a little bit warped. Oh, here too. Okay, here the gutter is a little bit slanted off. So there's little tweaks. You can go granular here and say, look at this wall. I mean, there's a lot of patchwork. We might want to redo this whole wall here. But honestly, this is quite all right, right? This is new carpet. Carpet job wasn't the best here, clearly, but on just glancing at those two little pictures, I knew more than 80% of this property's pictures just by glancing. The deal reveal is not to get bogged down in analysis paralysis, so that we can jump in, not be afraid to jump in lightning fast and cut ahead of the competition. We saw here that the property was listed for 105 not too long ago and sold for 135. So if you spent 2 weeks hemming and hawing over it, well, someone from 115 might have bumped you in line, where if you had been the very first one, established a good rapport, a good relationship, you might have been able to secure that 105, but you needed the speed to get there before someone coming in at 115 and then entering into a bidding war up to 135. See, so that's really where the power of the deal reveal process comes into play. Excellent. Vincent says, deal only if we get it 30% lower, you need room for a burr. Well, at 135, you were pretty close to those numbers. So all in all, if you buy something that's worth 135 for 105, turnkey in this condition, I would say that was a good buy in today's market for sure. So that's what I have for you today. Another wonderful deal reveal. So thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, mystery investor. I would like to remind you again that if you like this, and if you want to see a whole other level of real estate investing in Florida with short-term rentals, proximity to Disney, we have a whole lineup of property for you. Some that are for sale, some that are being themed and renovated, and some that are fully ready to go, themed to the hilt. We are going to show you on our next epic bus tour, not of Cleveland, but our very first epic bus tour in Florida, which is going to be Friday, not tomorrow, but next week, Friday and Saturday. If you're interested in joining in, meeting a whole bunch of awesome people, investors, people of our power team, you'll get to meet our serial teaser, James, as well. He should be popping in there to tease you a little bit. Oh, here's something no one knows. Bob is going to be there too. He says he is going to be there in attendance, not as a guest speaker. So you'll be able to rub shoulders with the best. For those of you who don't know Bob, he's our corporate defense attorney. He's been on every single one of our blueprints since the very beginning. A blueprint is where you learn the basics for 2 days. We teach you everything you need to know about the basics of US real estate investing as a Canadian, and we give you a ton of bonuses, and we give away a ton of our power team members, including Bob, and Bob's going to be there with us as well at the bus tour. So if the blueprint's of interest to you, just type this in, n4t.club/blueprint, secure your spot. It's going to be live in March, and as soon as you register, you also get the recording for the last one, so there's no delay. You get what you need immediately. So n4t.club/blueprint for the blueprint. Otherwise, the focus for the month of February, short-term rentals, it's Florida, it's the bus tour. We're super excited to give you all of that, including our hidden strategy. Not hidden, it's a new strategy. We are financing our property with our RSPs. Okay, we're the first ones, we're pioneering this project. So we are super excited. The closing is scheduled on Tuesday, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic for so many reasons, and we're excited to share. We're excited to bring this strategy to you, to be the first ones to bring it to you. JK is going to get on the map and never leave. So very excited. That's our deal reveal today. If anything I said today was interesting to you, you'd like to learn more or to reach out to us, here's the way to do it. We have our email address, info@nowfortomorrow.club. That's the same email that you can send your interest for the bus tour. Like I said, there are a few spots left, and this one is not a paid event. We decided to eliminate the fee, which is normally $3,000 plus for a ticket on this tour. You are getting it for free this time around because of the travel restrictions and just the climate that's going on. We want to fill our spots and still have a good time despite everything else. So join us. That's the deal reveal for today. Hope you enjoyed. And remember, this is your time to do now for tomorrow. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you, Maryse. Very grateful for your kind words.